Rebuttals of the week, number 35. Why does the left appear not to know that having principles is even a thing?
Just hours after making history as the first Palestinian-American woman sworn into Congress, Michigan Democrat Rashida Tlaib is sparking a firestorm. Caught on camera telling a crowd last night what she told her son about the president.
We're going to go in there, we're going to impeach them.
The president firing back.
I thought it was highly disrespectful to the United States of America.
Tlaib ignoring reporters today.
We're trying to talk to your boss.
But on Twitter, doubling down, writing, "I will always speak truth to power." New Speaker Nancy Pelosi at an MSNBC town hall.
Generationally, that would not be language I would use. Sure. But nonetheless, I don't think we should make a big deal of it.
So it's not even about whether you like Trump or whether you support his policies or what side of the political spectrum that you identify with. It's the reaction of the, hey, look at me, I hate Trump too, groupthink, fashionable bandwagon contingent, is so over the top and so lacking in any kind of principled or ethical consistency that it makes anything that the Trump people do look reasonable and rational by comparison. Now, I get it. If you're one of these people who've bought into this fashionable attitude of despising Trump, then you don't see yourself that way. You see yourself as, in fact, the definition of insightful and deeply caring and compassionate, and your perceptions of all of this are absolutely perfect. And it's only people who aren't on the bandwagon with you who can think they're right but actually be wrong about any of this, and who can think that they're morally excellent and in fact not be that morally excellent at all. You guys can't be doing any of that. It's only those other people who have the potential to make those kinds of errors. That's why you don't bother even questioning yourself. I get it. So Chris K said, well, seeing Trump has the least amount of classes as any human being on the planet, good on her. And I responded, it's amazing watching people who don't know how to think fall into the same obvious trap every time. It's a pretty simple issue of holding consistent standards. By defending her for doing something that you are condemning Trump for doing, you're showing yourself to be a hypocrite with no principles. How do you guys manage to make this generic reasoning mistake over and over again and be completely oblivious to it? So Chris said, I don't really give a shit who says what, but it's hilarious seeing the right get up in arms about using the word motherfucker about a guy who basically admitted to sexually assaulting women, not alone the multiple accusations against him. Right? So basically admitted. Right? If you have to quantify the degree to which someone admitted something, then they didn't admit anything. You're trying to impose this interpretation onto this, which you've been told this is how you're supposed to interpret this. He basically admitted that he sexually assaulted. It's just ridiculous. And then not alone the multiple accusations against him. I think Chris either meant not to mention the multiple accusations or let alone, but anyway. So I responded, no, Chris, you're once again demonstrating the atrocious reasoning and blindness to hypocrisy common among people who have chosen to ground their sense of their moral identity in aligning with the look at me, I hate Trump too groupthink. It was you guys who did as you were told and treated this politically motivated leaking by biased media of a crude comment to a buddy in the back of a bus made in private 10 years before Trump ran for office as if it was a big deal. And now that we have this political enemy of Trump who is deliberately using this vulgar and profane expression to describe her political opponent in a public address and is receiving justifiable criticism for it, you guys are openly demonstrating how devoid of principles you are by hypocritically trying to justify it and by supporting her. It's always the same thing. The more you guys try to rationalize your positions, the more you prove that it's you who are the unethical, self-serving, and intellectually barren ones, not the people you like telling yourselves are your moral and intellectual inferiors.
This is going to Getugly.
Never okay.